animation. It's been quantified already.
Yes.
And interest at 12% is running. If 2 years down the line, it's found that no, this is justified, then you'll get interest from the date of the award over here, not from the future award.
Right.
So we're preserving that. It's just that deferring your right to receive it, subject to the matter being adjudicated by the arbitrators.
I follow. What is.
Because if this were a regular appeal, we would take upon the burden to do it. But since this is not a regular appeal, where only we look at the correctness, and we see on this, there is a divergence of opinion. There are possible views which can be taken on the basis of Harish Chandra. We accede to your, but why should we take it? Because if we take it, we'll be prejudicing either party in the second reference, because it will operate as issue estoppel.
Right.
When we are aware that the second reference is pending, we are kind of, predetermining something which is within the exclusive domain.
I follow.
So therefore, in the light of that, we will leave you free. You can go to the same reference, subject to Section 11, subject to agreement.
Right.
Or you take your steps under Section 21 in accordance with law.
Right. My Lord, just for my understanding, I'm sorry, my Lord, maybe perhaps the ground on which, my Lord, your Lordships would set aside the pendente light. My Lord, I asked myself, what would that ground be?
Non-consideration.
Okay.
Non-consideration.
By the tribunal, though the point was raised.
Non-consideration.
All right.
And we don't want to answer it conclusively.
Okay. Lord, would your Lordship just give me 10 minutes, my Lord, I'll just take instructions. If I have any submission to make on this account, your Lordship may just bear with me for 10 minutes. I'm sorry, my Lord. I'm so sorry, your Lordship.
Go ahead.
To, my Lord, keep your Lordship.
Go ahead. Go call from here. We don't mind that.
Lord, I'll just step outside. So sorry. Grateful.
You see, Mr. Amadi, judges always have a way of skirting things. Yeah.
I would say perish the thought, Manoj. I would say perish the thought.
Sorry?
I would say perish the thought, Manoj.
Please sit down, please.
Hello.
मैंने से जो सीनियर लॉयर है बहुत सारे उनको बोलना कि कॉफी के बीच एक प्रॉब्लम है खत्म होने के बाद अभी नहीं
Take a call.
in the meantime, in Harishchandra, is this really a semicolon or is that also a comma before the or?
Give me Harishan.
Or misunderstanding. Before or misunderstanding, is that a semicolon or only a comma?
Semicolon.
There's a semicolon.
The semicolon makes a huge difference.
Yeah. I remember, Balot, Justice Chandrachud, Justice Y.V. Chandrachud, the celebrated judgment of Sancheta, which I think Mr. Sibbal had argued even before he was designated as a senior. He starts by saying, because that the submission urged was on the relevance of a comma in a statute and punctuation marks. So his lordship starts the judgment by saying, says grammar and punctuation are hapless victims of the pace of modern life. And
Yeah,
then
really, punctuation and
That's
grammar
correct.
is not.
And ultimately, he concludes that I'd rather go by the language than by the punctuation, because you don't know whether the draftsman actually has been able to capture the importance of a punctuation or not.
Because if it is a semicolon,
Yes,
then there are three different situations. One is lying with the government owing to any dispute. Second situation is misunderstanding. And third situation is, therefore, it should, in any other respect whatsoever, would be wider.
it's possible. Yeah.
Lord, in fact, actually, what my learned friend Mr. Lahiri was saying
Yes.
may not entirely be accurate, because if your lordship will, this is just as an aside,
Yes.
because if your lordship will see para 10 of Harish Chandra,
Yes.
actually the clause as quoted is not the entire clause which is quoted.
You got legal instructions.
No, in the course of the lunch, your lordships had said to collect your thoughts.
Yes.
So, we read further down.
Yes.
Now, my lord, as far as what fell from your lordships, two things I want to submit. The first is, the bar of limitation will not come in our way to claim.
Actually not. That's why we stopped you and read section 43 before we did.
Right.
43 is exclusive period,
Right.
like 14.
Right. All right. So, my lord, that is one. The second is, my lord, pursuant to, my lord, a policy which the government had, they had paid us 75% of the amount which had been awarded in our favor against bank guarantees, which we, my lord, took. So, my lord, that can be preserved. I'll keep the bank guarantees alive. They can, my lord, I can keep the money. And, my lord, depending on whatever is the outcome thereafter, my lord, they can take the money.
Yes, then their liability will be less. Then your liability is going
Yes.
to be less, Mr. Amity.
That's in fact, your lordships are right. So, that way, my lord, it balances.
Interest won't count. For the balance 25% it may, but for the 75%, interest has stopped.
Yes.
Your lordship may make that order, Manoj.
We'll
We'll
make
make
that.
it. Because on a PSU on financial matters, Manoj, to get instructions.
So, my lord, subject to those two, my lord, I'm so deeply obliged. Your lordship may give us, my lord, the liberty to go back to a new tribunal.
No. We'll give you the liberty to make a reference.
All right.
After that, it's your choice, because our domain ends over there. That would be without jurisdiction.
Lordships are right.
Our domain ends over there.
Same tribunal. We agree. Let's go to the other detailed instruction. It's much better. Yes, let's multiple references. Second reference.
Take another 10 minutes.
No, my lord, the thing is that I'm told, my lord, that there are multiple references, multiple disputes before multiple tribunals.
Oh.
So, my lord, that it may not be that this particular tribunal or that. Your lordship may say reference and all, and we'll leave it.
Because we don't want to.
Yes, because that's what I'm told.
That will be without jurisdiction.
I appreciate.
In 34, we don't have 11.
Correct.
In fact, my respectful submission would be, Manoj, that will probably lead to further delay, because if they are making a fresh reference, again the entire procedure will be followed. Reference 2 is in respect of the same. The fulcrum of the claims are the same.
No, but
But I leave it to my learned.
if you agree, you can decide on the arbitral tribunal immediately and they can take it. If both of you agree, it will go to this.
We're okay with that. I'll just explain what the references
Yes,
are.
because
Both of you agree, it will go to this. We'll record that agreement.
I wanted to ask my learned friend. Do you want to go to this tribunal?
At the moment, my lord, I'm told I can't give the.
Your lordship may keep it open-ended. So far as the 75% is concerned, Your Lordship may make an order, my lord.
We'll make an order, but what is the 75%? You've got 75% of the
Awarded amount,
Awarded
inclusive of interest. 75%, my lord, was given to us. There's a Niti Aayog policy under which, my lord, 75% is to be given if there is an award against, and we can take it back against bank guarantees which we submit in court. So bank guarantees are alive. The money, my lord, is with us, and if in case, my lord, we lose, then, my lord, they invoke the guarantees and take away the money. Because then, my lord, they have got the.
So you'll keep the bank guarantees.
We'll keep the bank guarantee alive.
May I just...
Have you got the quantum of award in respect of the lots?
The amounts are mentioned, but they're not aggregated.
In the road works, the quantum of interest is not aggregated, only the rate is different.
The only problem in aggregating it is that in the roadworks contract, the aggregation of the interest is not there. So therefore, we don't have the final figure. Otherwise, I would have given it to you.
Yes. No, yes, because in the road contracts, not the rate is given, but the computation is not given.
Anyway, we want the principal amounts.
Yes, principal amounts are there.
Principal amounts and rate would do fine for us.
Yes, that's right. They are there. No, page 780 of the appeal paper book.
Just a second. Our work is no less, our work is the same, except that we don't want to prejudice all references. Otherwise, yes.
But just one aspect, if I may, if your Lordship permits me. On quantification, my learned friends had made certain submissions. I don't want to traverse them in great detail. But there are two aspects, if I may just very briefly show to your Lordship, if your Lordship permits.
Yes.
Just if your Lordship sees the
We'll just
award.
take the figures from him and then
Very well.
let you. Lot 1.
Lot 1, my lord, claim 1, the amount of
Claim 1. Total.
total, my lord, your Lordship will find 3085.12 lakhs.
3085.12
My mark copy.
lakh.
No,
Plus 18%,
No,
plus
3106.
12%.
3106.
What you are giving us is the principal amount.
Is this? Awarded is this?
No, sorry, my lord, I'm so sorry. The figure is 3106.32.
3106.32.
Yes,
Just check these figures.
yes.
Next is lot 2.
Lot 2, my lord, the total award is 1900.12 principal.
0.12. Yes.
Lot 3, my lord, 362.85.
Principal. 17-kilometer road.
Interest
17-kilometer road
has to be given.
is.
I think my learned friend is omitting the interest.
No, my lord said
Only the principal.
Only the principal.
This we don't know because we don't know if it's a deduction. No, total award is might be here.
Perhaps, my lords, in the road works, the total award probably on the left-hand column, 190,09,537. Is that correct?
No, that may be the amount claimed. I don't know whether that's the
No,
award.
total award. It says total award.
Right, correct. 117.
But could be the amount claimed. I'm not very sure.
Can it be considering they're claiming 7 crores.
No, yeah, it's the total amount. My learned friend is right. Because 15984 plus 2022 plus 10 comes to 190.
190. But
So, my lord, it's
but pachi interest not add kare.
the interest. Lord, it's 190. I'll give you the full figure. 19009537.
Because amount claimed upar.
I know.
1900
9537.
9537. That means 1 crore 90.
Yes. And the other one is, my lord, 132,16665.
Makes sense because the claimed amount is 4 crores.
That's correct.
So above,
That's
Yes.
the point.
yeah.
Correct.
Those are all principal amounts.
Yes.
If I may just very briefly, only on the question of quantification, and I will not traverse anything that my learned friend said mainly with regard to 1 and 2, because as your lordship
With
said,
regard to?
to claim 1 and claim 2 for idle machinery and idle labor, your lordship noticed that there was some kind of a calculation, there was some kind of a basis, 79, 21, etc. Though my instructions are, my lords, that there is no rationale for that basis, but I'm not getting into that. I'm only, my lords, concentrating on the other claims. That's claims 3, 4, and 5. Even this basic quantification that is given in the form of Annexure 1, which encompasses idle labor as well as cost of machinery, even that is not to be found in the award.
That is not to be found in the?
In the award.
Other than these, it's not.
Other than these, there is no basis for the quantification to be found in the award. So claims 1 and 2, in respect of idle machinery and in respect
Manpower.
of manpower, there is a basis. Whether the basis is correct or not, I am not getting it. So far as the other claims are concerned, so far as the other heads of the claim, let me put it this way, claim 1 has several heads, out of which the 2 are machinery and manpower. For that, there is a basis in the form of Annexure 1. But so far as the others are concerned, there is absolutely no basis. Just see page 129, my lords, if your lordship has that. Your lordship has 129, and I'll just take 5 minutes on this point, because your lordship has spent sufficient time on it. I don't want to dilate further. Now, claims 1 and 2 that your lordships have seen at page 129, so far as the first 2 heads are concerned, rental charges on idle underutilized plant equipment vehicles during the contract period. Computations annexed, Annexure 1. That is, my lord, 79 and 21. Then please have serial number 2, payment made to manpower deployed departmentally and through subcontractors, PWR, suppliers rendered idle, underutilized during the stipulated period, contract period, as a consequence to various hindrances beyond control of the contractor, as per computations annexed, Annexure 1. So in claim number 2, I'm only add in serial number 2, the 21%, 79% analogy has not been taken. The analogy that is taken is 25%. Apart from the fact that in the body of the award there is no justification for that analogy, you only find it appended at the end of the table. Now kindly come to claim number 5, because claim number 4, the 3, 4, nothing is awarded, so I don't need to go on. Additional interest paid on mobilization, plant advance during contract period. As per tribunal, interest amount keeps on accruing through the period of less amount received through work. No annexure, no figures for the computation. Then please see serial number 6. Extra expenses occasioned on bank guarantees pledged to the corporation. As per tribunal, BG charges keeps accruing for the period less amount recovered through work. Absolutely no computation. Then serial number 7. Additional expenses on account of
Zero.
This is 0. Please then, my lords,
10.
come to serial number 10.
Yes.
Additional risk expenses on account of contractors, all risk policy, etc. Slow down performance of contract as per tribunal. BG charges keep
But
accruing.
these you didn't urge initially, no?
My lords,
You said quantification, after that you didn't urge all
my lords,
this.
what I had pointed out was, in the body of the award, there was no justification whatsoever. The only justification was to be found from that particular annexure.
And this is the case in claims 1 to 5. That's the point.
And this is, my lords, these are all in respect of claims 1 and 2 other heads. Now, similarly, if your lordship sees the other claims, if your lordship would be pleased to have claim number 2,
Page 134.
page 134. Now, similarly, barring serial numbers 1 and 2, on all the others where amounts have been awarded, there is no quantification. And lastly, my lords, claims 3 to 5, 139 to 143. Again, my lords, the same error permeates. Therefore, my lords, even if you go by the chart submitted by them or the invoices submitted by them, there is absolutely no quantification for the other claims. Barring machinery and idle labor, there is no computation at all.
So let me understand. The one appearing at page 129 through 131
Lordship pleases.
pertains to lot 1 only.
Yes.
The one appearing at 134
Yes.
pertains to lot 2.
Lot 1, my lords.
Lot 1.
Lot 1. Because within the claims 1 and 2, these are the different heads with regard to lot 1.
And then 3 to 5 is also lot 1.
Yes.
Yes,
Post
please.
suspension.
Post suspension.
And then where is lot 2?
It's the same.
Lot 2, my lords, would be, there is a separate award for lot 2,
Yes.
where your lordship will find the same pattern continuing. Essentially, the substratum is the same, but we are only concerned with 3 to 5, claim number 3 to 5, essentially in lot 2.
Yeah, exactly.
And the heads are the same. Yeah, only the claim numbers change, my lords. Claims 3 to 5 become, my lords, claims 1, 2, and 3 in the other lots.
Yes.
So I submit, my lords, that in respect of these claims, the other heads of claim under 1 and 2, there is no quantification whatsoever with regard to claims other than machinery and idle labor. Even in the form of annexures, I am accepting everything to be correct. I am not
You have
even.
this colored chart?
Yes, ma'am.
Orange and green. We're talking about orange and green.
Do we take it therefore,
Yes.
the blue and the bottom red have not been awarded?
Only the red hasn't been.
Only the red hasn't been awarded.
Only the red has been,
Hasn't been awarded.
and this blue has been awarded.
Has been awarded and has calculation.
Transportation,
Yes. Now the blues has been awarded, my lords.
blues have been awarded.
Have been awarded.
And other-
I must say, in fairness to the other side, that so far as the blue is concerned, there is a calculation
in annexure 1.
in annexure 1. So my contention is not with regard to the blue,
Your contention is with regard to the greens.
with regard to the to orange and greens, because
Orange, yellow, green.
Where is orange?
orange, my lords, if your lordship sees at the top, compensation for losses or extra expenses due to acts of omission and commission by NIPCO for the contract period commencing from 28/9/2001 to 27/9/2003. Now, this compensation, the first two heads, that is machinery and idle labor, annexure 1 is there. But the other heads that I showed your lordship at page 139 onwards, there is no computation also in the form of annexure 1. At least that's not part of the award. And body of the award, there is no discussion at all. We only have to go or infer from the table.
No, come back to the chart once again, please.
Yes, Manoj.
The top is orange.
Yes.
Orange does not pertain to claim 1.
It is claim 1. It is claim 1. In lot 1. But it has various components. Two components, 1 and 2.
Manpower.
Manpower, idle labor.
So, according to you, this number 1 is more than manpower and
idle labor.
idle labor.
That's right.
So, manpower, idle labor have been justified, others have not been.
Machinery and idle labor have been justified. Because idle labor or manpower, that has been justified. There's some justification. But the others...
And all of them contain... So 3, 4, 5 would also contain...
would also be subsumed by 1, by claim 1.
3, 4, 5.
No, 3, 4, 5, your lordship is referring to this or to 139.
3, 4, 5,
yes.
Meaning the blues in the chart. They would also have a machinery component,
The greens have
a manpower component. All of them will have a machinery, manpower component.
Lordship, please.
But to the extent machinery and manpower is concerned, some kind of reason has been given.
Yes.
But the other components,
Yes.
other than machinery and manpower, have not been justified
Yes. In the award.
in the award.
In the award.
And the blues are justified. Green.
Blue is justified.
Yes.
Blue is justified.
Blue justified in orange, yellow and green,
Yes.
idle labor, idle machinery, justified, other heads
Don't have a reference.
not justified.
Yes. There is no annexure, there is no head, or there is no calculation sheet.
As to why this, or no general thing that, is it generally reduced by a percentage? See over here, no, there are some which are as claimed. If you come to, say, for instance, page 141,
Lordship, please.
rental, there's 293 claimed, he gets 107.
Yes, Manoj.
There's annexure 1 for it.
Lordship, please.
Then the wages, he claims 1730, he gets 1052 as per annexure.
Lordship.
Then he claims 630 and gets 630.
Yes.
Then he claims 430 and gets 430.
Yes. In sum, the figures are as per claim. Manoj.
But there is no basis indicated.
Yes.
We have.
Not that we have found in the award or in the annexures.
Reference to annexure 1, it's there.
Yes. And wherever, my lords, they've relied on annexure 1, it's specifically referred to in the chart. But with regard to this, on the quantification, my lords, I submit there is no justification.
That's the limit. That's the one.
So that's the limited point, my lords, I thought that merited my having pointed out to you. Subject to my learned friend being able to point out something either in the body of the award or anything else. Though, my lords, I was our case has been, my lords, even that original justification is not right, but perhaps, my lords, I can't really dilate too much on that. Even, yes, even, my lords, if an arbitral tribunal is a technical tribunal, even this aspect of 79-29 or 25%, somewhere there should have been some discussion on the body of the award, Malods. It may have been more desirable. So that, Malods, one can...
Is there that the total work completed should have been 61 crore or something?
Yeah.
Against that, only so much work has been completed.
Logically, very good.
And it's from there that they get to that 21 and ratio.
Logic.
Yes.
But I'm taken a little bit by surprise, but from whatever instructions I have at the moment, not the justification, if your Lordship would be so kind as to have page 139, the table, 1 and 2, of course, my learned friend fairly states that is annexure 1, my lord, sets it out. Now, annexure, serial number 3, additional expenses on account of premium paid on insurance policies, then says, as per tribunal, insurance policy charges keep on accruing in the period of less amount recovered through work. Now, here, my lord, 20,52,000 and odd is given, and the same amount is awarded, my lord, because it is part of our SOC. In our SOC, we are given this figure and the tribunal justifies it. It says, as per tribunal, insurance policy charges keep on accruing in the period of less amount recovered through work. Similarly, your Lordship will see serial number 4. It says additional expenses on account of bank guarantees. As per tribunal, BG charges keep on accruing in the period of less amount recovered through work. And so it is given. Now, the justification of how this figure, exact figure, is in my SOC, where I have given the basis for it.
So, but they have to indicate this.
Yes, they have indicated why the BG charges keep on accruing. That's what they're saying. They have given their reasons for it. Right, wrong, good, bad, ugly is another thing. In each of those cases where, my lord, they have given the amounts, they have said as per tribunal. Number 6 also, interest amount keeps on accruing. Then number 10, as per tribunal, work is continuing, suspension of work is not foreclosure, interest is considered on the unrecovered overheads, though work through work, and profit on unexecuted part delayed. So, my lord, they've given some reasoning in each one of those heads. And where, my lord, the detailed calculations had to be provided, they have to provide it in the next one.
Six, for instance, at page 140.
Yes, sir. It says additional expenses on account of interest on mobilization and plant advances. As per tribunal, interest amount keeps on accruing in the period of less amount recovered through work. And the same amount which has been claimed has been granted. Which is not provided for, I suppose, in the statement of claim, but I'll have to check that, my lord. I don't have. So the reasons are given in each one under the heads which were granted.
No, these are not reasons, sir.
But the question really
These
is
are
not
the
in,
heads.
in 37, my lord, whether your lordships would interfere.
These are heads.
These are, my lord, your lordship will kindly consider, I appreciate what is falling from your lordships. These are heads and they're given some justification. Whether,
Where is the justification?
my lord, because it says, as per tribunal, interest amount keeps on accruing in the period of less amount recovered through work. It says that in each one of those cases where they've given it. Now, my lord, question is whether your lordship would interfere in
Let us see 6.
I'm on reading 6
As
only.
per tribunal, then they were allowed 10.
Yes,
You claim 411, they've given 95.
yes. And they say as per tribunal.
So, as per tribunal, the work or the continuing is not foreclosure.
Interest is considered on the unrecovered overhead through work and profit on unexecuted part delayed.
the PC. But we have given particular evidence. So should we take? Sorry, just one second. Claim one suffix. Decode the first for. And we open case. Right. When I say this technical lawsuit is also being filed separately in this arbitration proceeding as volume number 1A. So this is volume number 1A. Right. The only reason why it touches annexures while for an idle manpower and machinery is because those are attachments. If you look at other heads, for example, this ticket. These are all heads for which I have provided my methods and my calculation method. The only problem is he has not put this in the award. He has considered this, and which is meaning that one line is given his justification. As an engineer, that's how he thinks.
Total amount on account of this 40, 53. Let us say come to Mr. Dholakia.
Yes, ma'am.
Come to page 130.
130. Lordship, please.
The last one. Offsite, head office overheads.
Yes, ma'am.
265, 2 crore 65 is claimed.
Yes.
And on-site overhead, 2 crore 65 is claimed. Loss of profit, 530 is claimed. Is 530 a summation of A and B?
Yes, ma'am.
530 is a summation of A and B.
Yes, ma'am. Because 11 is the head ABC. These are ABC. The total comes to the column is not properly put, but ABC.
It should be A plus B plus C, not A plus B is equal to C.
No, because your lordship will see, and under against A there is no amount indicated on the right side about the amount, award amount.
It's not even zero. Elsewhere, when they've rejected it,
Yes.
they've said zero.
Not if your lordship will kindly turn to page 135, which is not another, perhaps, I think it will.
135, yes.
Para 9, again it has ABC.
Yes.
9335, 9335. It should be 186.70, not 71, but anyway, it says 186.71, which is double of that.
Yes.
And 1298, 424,
Is the
412.
only one which is given for on-site.
Yes.
So similarly, one should read this to be only on-site 47 has been given and that has been carried down to the next line. But why is 47 given and why not 265? On what basis? Why has 47 been given at all?
No, because if your lordship will see the heading of 11, I mean, I can only put it, I can put it no further than that, my lord. it says additional as per tribunal, the same things, work is continuing, suspension is not foreclosure, interest is considered on the unrecovered overheads through work and profit on unexecuted part delayed. Now, this is something, Lord, which we had produced with our statement of claim, and they have not given us the whole thing. They're saying they're giving us interest only on the unrecovered overhead through work and profit on unexecuted part delayed. And the same language, my lord, repeats itself in 135 and so on and so forth. Now, my lord, all these justifications, say for example, my lord, number 4 at page 130, when they reject my claim, again it says as per tribunal, nil since already covered in the MC rental charges. And again 7, my lord, they've given the justification under each head, where they don't give it to me.
$47.79 is what percentage of 265?
No, I don't think it's based on percentage. They have given only on certain aspects.
Just do 265 divided by 47, see if it comes to around 78. Not 78, but 7.8. No, it won't.
It won't come.
Come to 5.
Yeah, it's about 1/5. Your lordship side.
5. That's right. That's 21.
No, Lord, it will be less than 21. Let me just check again, Lord, just to be certain.
Is 1/5 in percentage terms, it will be 21, which is probably you're still 21.4 playing.
Right.
Do 47 divided by 265 into percentage.
It comes to
About 18%.
18.
Yeah, it doesn't come to. That's why I said, my lord, it's not on exact percentage basis, but they say that interest is considered on the unrecovered overhead.
So we come to 140. Item number 10.
Yes, ma'am.
Nearly a crore.
Yes.
These are substantial amounts. Why is, for instance, 6? Well, those figures we can say what is accepted, but what is 10? How do they arrive at this amount, this figure?
But may I not take instructions? Can come back in the morning tomorrow.
Okay. Because they add up to quite a lot.
Right. I'll come back to you, Rochester.
One can find a little bit of thing in that 25, but this 95.
Yes, I see that.
Are you also scheduled to stay back or you're going today?
Fortunately for me, the Supreme Court is closed, Malad, so therefore.
No, I would also have to do it through.
High Court.
In fact, I was requesting if your Lordship would permit me to do this through VC tomorrow.
Yes.
Because now this is only a limited aspect.
That is, I don't have a problem with this.
So only on this limited aspect, I'll come back in the morning tomorrow, if your Lordship would permit me.
So since my learned friend is appearing through VC tomorrow, I may also just state that as an addendum to this submission, my submission is that you may have some justification otherwise, but that has to be found somewhere in the award. It can't be then supplemented through, because then one would be indulging in guesswork. So therefore, especially where X amount is claimed and Y amount is awarded, there's no justification as to how the quantification is arrived at, or why not the entire, or why not even lesser. And this is public money, Malad, so therefore.
Similarly, if you come, Mr. Dolakia, to
Yes, ma'am.
let us say page 144.
140. Yes. No, this is not my learned friend, this is claim 6. My learned friend not disputing that.
Claim 6. Claim 6 is where? Part of what?
No, it's the short road which was not provided. That's the blue colored claim, you know.
Okay.
Manoj, to save time, Manoj, my learned friend is right. I don't contest that because there, annexure 1 is mentioned. So therefore, Manoj,
And
there's some
page
justice.
145?
Yes.
Again, annexure 1 is mentioned.
Your Lordship will find annexure 1 is mentioned throughout. So there is some quantification which is given.
2 and 3.
Both in 2 and 3, Your Lordship sees at the end of the entry, it says annexure 1.
Where?
If Your Lordship has 145, serial number 2, it starts by saying extra expenses, occasion and transportation of materials. Due to
Annexure
slow.
1.
Annexure 1. So I'm not getting into Malad, the correctness of annexure 1. I said there's some quantification. But where the others, either the award must mention, there must be some formula or anything. There's a substantial amount of monies which will go, Malad, public monies which will be going to them. So therefore there should have been some justification. And the justification has to be found within the award.
Yes, yes.
Can't then Malaj go to pleadings and say that infer it from here, infer it from here. That would be amounting to guesswork.
May I come back tomorrow?
So, Mr. Amity, just indicate which ones he has to justify
Yes, ma'am.
so that we don't
Lordship, please.
do guesswork anymore.
Because in my respectful submission, at page 129, insofar as serial number 5,
Wait, I'll just mark this.
Lordship, please.
Serial number 5,
6,
6,
10,
10,
and 11. 11 A, B, and C would require justification. Thereafter, Malot, at page 134,
see, 5, 6, 10 may not require anything. Because come to 5,
Lordship, please.
it says additional interest paid on mobilization and plant advance during contract period. As per tribunal, interest amount keeps on accruing in the period of less amount recovered through work. Interest, so this is justified to that extent. Then extra expenses occasioned on bank guarantees. Bank guarantee charges keep on accruing in the period is justified. Then contractors always policy, bank guarantee charges keep on accruing. If the bank guarantees are like, these are reasoned. I am not requiring, I don't call for an answer. But yes, this requires an answer. On-site overheads. Then if you turn over to 134,
Yes.
then additional expense on account of premium paid on insurance policies. As the insurance policy charges, nothing needed.
Yes.
Then additional on account of bank guarantee, nothing needed. Then 6, additional expenses and plant advances, as per travel, interest keeps on not necessary.
Perhaps the last one, Malot, serial number 9.
The last one. Which is that one?
Same overhead, my lord. It's just offsite and onsite overhead. I mean, I think that's number 9 ABC.
Number 9, yes. Number 9 will require.
Lordship.
Then
2.
At page 140, 3 we don't require, 4 we don't require, 6 we don't require, again 10 we require,
Lordship, please.
and that's it. That's it.
10 where?
So which means that
No, also 10 on 143.
your
Also, Manoj, serial number 10, your lordships have noticed at 143.
10 at 140,
43, Manoj, serial number 10.
143.
Yeah.
Yes. So 35 plus 95, that is 130. 130 plus 12. 142. 142 plus 47. 190.
Calculating.
190 might get knocked off
I follow.
if you cannot.
Yes, I'll see that. Let me just come back to my lords. I'm so deeply obliged, grateful.
Now, you have the same thing, my lords, in lot 2, lot 3, and the others.
There's some difference in some annexure 1 is given.
But in some annexure 1 is given, so therefore, my lords, those we will leave out. What I'll do is, my lords, we'll
Circulate.
No, don't understand.
in lot 2 and lot 3, the serial numbers change, my lords, and the claim numbers change, the greens, in my learned friend's note, my lords.
Yes.
There also, my lords, the same, there is an anomaly to this extent. So my learned friend may take instructions with regard to those as well.
No, you point them out, which are the ones.
Yeah.
But what it seems to be is that this last entry of overheads on-site and off-site is not what is permeating throughout.
Yes.
So whether it applies to lot 1 or lot 2 or lot 3, once I justify one, if I'm able to justify one, the others will naturally follow. If I'm not able to justify, then the others will have to be eliminated.
Then you indicate which are the ones.
In lot 2, lot 3, and lot 4.
Indicate which are the ones in a chart.
Yes.
And make over that chart to him
Lordship.
in course of the day.
Lordship,
So that
please.
tomorrow, if he is able to justify, fine. If he is not able to justify, we'll knock that off.
Lordship, please.
But that knocking off will not give you a chance to realize it.
I beg your lordship, what?
That knocking off
Yes.
will not give you a chance to realize it again. That knocking off would be knocking it off.
Not, but I ask myself, if not just because the tribunal has, your lordship will say that there is no basis for the tribunal to have granted it, then, my lord, I don't think that it is not open to me to institute proceedings, to actually have them.
Proceedings afresh.
Yes.
We will not preclude you.
That's all. If your lordships take that view, but I would, my lord, still submit and I'll justify it. My lord, 2-3 things. First is, my lord, your lordships are, in 37. I cannot emphasize the restricted, my lord, jurisdiction that your lordships are enough, and therefore, my lord, this justification that my learned friend has now brought up is not brought up in the 34 court, is now being brought up before your lordships, and the question is whether, my lord, your lordships will. This amounts to, my lord, something that your lordships have to see is whether the 34 court acted within the bounds of its own authority. If they didn't raise it there, whether, my lord, your lordships will now examine this point afresh, as if, my lord, it's virtually become like, my lord,
You see, the difference over here is that the quality of the exercise
yes,
in 34 is completely different from what is in a appeal or a revision
quite right, I'm great.
or a review.
Lordships.
But what can be done under 34 can also be done under 37.
Right.
So if grounds have been taken
Yes.
that the award is, and we see that there is no quantification, and it goes to no quantification, no justification, would amount to patent illegality because it is without reasons. It's not only that an overall reason has to be given when you're dealing with heads of claim
Yes.
and you're awarding.
Yes.
We accept the previous one that 21% has been taken and overall has been applied.
Right.
Good, bad, indifferent. He says that I can't go into that
Lordship.
because that's. But when particular heads are taken up,
Yes.
and 4 rupee 20 paisa is claimed and 1 rupee 25 paisa is awarded,
Yes.
then it should indicate some basis. We're giving you benefit of those bank guarantee and interest. We're giving you benefit.
Lordship.
They're the most skeletal reasons, but we're still giving you the benefit of that.
Right.
That something is there. But here nothing is there.
Right.
Is it as in 15% profit,
Yes.
which can be taken as a legitimate kind of a thing, as in that, what case, AG Milkha Singh,
Right.
that you take for loss of profit, you take a ballpark
Between
figure.
10 and 15.
Between 10 and 15, you take a ballpark figure and you can do that.
Yes.
If something like that has also been indicated over here,
Right.
why do they exclude? You have not challenged it, so we are relieved.
Right.
Why do they not grant you office overheads
Right.
and only on-site overheads? There's no basis for that. But there we don't go because you have not questioned it. One line, show us one line, and the benefit of the doubt is always in your favor. Show us one line in the body of the award which throws some light on why these amounts have been indicated or awarded.
Right. Let me not examine that. I don't want to make my submission. I'm grateful, deeply obliged.
I'm extremely grateful, Manoj.
Thank you.
Very patient.
Very
here.
patient.
Sorry if we have been impatient at times, but it's only
Not at all. Not
No, hardly, Manoj.
Sorry. Great.